Welcome to Prime Childcare Software Training. Today we're going to go over adding sponsor information into Prime. Once in Prime, go to the Sponsors module. You're going to click on the Add button. That'll add a new sponsor record. From within the Personal tab, you will change the information, the name, and anything else you want to add into this tab. The active checkbox means that this sponsor is active in our system. We do not recommend that you ever delete sponsors unless for some reason they were added in error. If their child is no longer attending your facility, then you just uncheck the active box and that saves them in the system as an inactive sponsor. The Publish in Directory checkbox controls whether this sponsor's name and phone number and email address will publish in the class directory. If this sponsor does not want their information in the class directory, then do not worry about checking this box. It is defaulted not to check. Once you're done with the Personal tab, click on Save. In the Students tab, you can see any students that the sponsor is linked to. Because we just added this sponsor, they're not linked to anyone. And the Daily Sheets checkbox controls whether this sponsor gets a daily sheet emailed to them at the designated time in the app's Daily Sheets section. The Sponsor tab for balance shows any outstanding invoices. And the amount that's owed on those invoices. In the Contact tab, you're going to fill out the sponsor's contact information, including their work information if you have it, and click Save. In the Bill To tab, this information, if it's the same as the contact information, then you just do copy from contact info and it'll copy the information into this tab. This is what's going to pull into the Bill To tab in the student record, which will show up on invoices. If you need to add credit card or ACH information as a payment here into the Sponsor tab, you can do that from within here. Once sponsors save that information on the parent portal, it will also show up in here. And that way, if it's saved, then you could, if you have online invoices activated, then you could pay an invoice for a sponsor using one of their saved payment methods. In the Notes section, you can add a note about a sponsor. These notes are internal, so they do not publish anywhere. You can put whatever type it is, put a description for it. You can upload a digital file and attach to that record if you need to. And then in the comments section, you can just put more explanation about what this note is. In the Security tab, in the PIN field, you will put 4-digit PIN that sponsor has selected or that your facility has assigned to that sponsor. That's the PIN number that's going to be used to check their child in and out. And that 4-digit code is specific to that sponsor. If they have fingerprint data in the system, then it'll show up here. And then for FastPass, if your facility uses RFID or barcodes or magnetic stripes, cards with magnetic stripes on them, then the digital representation of that information will show up here in FastPass. Should you want to generate barcodes yourself, you can do that from within the system. Just click on Generate Barcode. This barcode is specific to this sponsor, so if you have a barcode reader attached to the check-in station and you print this barcode onto anything, then when it's scanned, it will pull up the children that this sponsor is linked to. Also, just like with the students and the employees, you can attach a photo of the sponsor. So you just click on Change and select the photo, and that'll put their photo here. And then also, should you not want to have that photo anymore, then you can just click on Remove, and that'll remove the sponsor of that photo, the photo of that sponsor from that sponsor record. That is adding sponsor information into Prime.